In this video, I'll take you through two drawings of the same subject, the Sakura blossom. One will be light and a little bit ethereal, and the other I want to be a little richer, a little more dramatic, with a little more depth.
We'll be using green pastel paper.
This paper comes from the Strathmore range, which comes in a pad of 24 pages.
I've started with a rough outline of my blossoms, and I have a swatch sheet as a guide to the colours I'll be using.
I'm working with soft pastels, of course, pan pastels, and my pastel pencils for finer details and definition. I'm bringing in my pastel sticks with this one.
I basically have all the same shades in the 3 different pastel mediums. I'm starting by laying down the pinks of my blossoms.
In this particular drawing, I'm doing just the blossoms, no background, and very little shadow. I want them to float. I want them to feel a little ethereal, real but a little unreal. I want to capture the delicate essence of the cherry blossom itself.
I'm doing a lot of back and forth with the pinks and the whites to shape the blossoms. For this particular drawing, I'm using a reference that I found on Pinterest.
I have used my artistic license and modified the image a little so it fits nicely onto my rectangular page.
Now I've gone in and tightened up the blossoms a little. My black pastel pencil comes in handy to darken the greens. And I'm shaping the pastels of the blossoms with yellow and white. I'm trying to capture the airy lightness of these blossoms, more of a feel rather than totally realistic.
When looking at something, our eyes don't fixate on every single pixel. They glaze over, take in light and shade and colour. I'm chasing perception, not precision. Here's a beautiful quote. We don't draw what we see, we draw what we notice. I can add to that and say, we don't aim to capture what we see, but what we feel.
It's always a good idea to take a break between your work, to regenerate, to get new ideas, to refresh. And you know, there's something meditative about just having a cup of tea, as there is about drawing. And doing these blossoms, well, maybe it's a quiet kind of practice, a way of slowing down. Blossoms only last for a short while. In studying and drawing them, it's like you're holding on to them for a while, and you can always go back to them. It's not just visual, but emotional too. Art, like nature, is very therapeutic. What a combination.
In the second drawing, I wanted to take the same subject and ask a different question. What happens if I ground the blossom in an atmosphere? Give it a little more intensity? What feeling and image would I create? What would I get from this new image?
Just like with our first drawing, let's swatch out some colours. I also want some deeper, richer tones because this drawing is going to be a little more dramatic. I'll need some richer pinks, some reds and maroon. I'll be adding a variety of shades of blue, as well as my black and white. And just like with the first drawing, we have our matching shades in pan pastels, pastel pencils and pastel sticks. The main colours in this drawing will be pinks, red, blues and some lilac and some greys for the shadows. I'll also be using a bit of green for the leaves.
Let's first commit to the background, or at least laying some of it down.
I'm creating a series of circles because I want to create a bokeh effect. I'm starting here because I don't want to get too precious with the blossoms and like them so much that I don't want to do a background.
I'll use a mixture of my pastel sticks and my pan pastels to get a little deeper colour. In this background, however, we're going for a little bit more drama.
What I'm really enjoying about doing these two drawings is that
It's almost like sculpting light, not flat fills like my first 2 graphic drawings, but a slow layering of pink on white and white on pink, with a whisper of purple shadows and just a touch of green.
My aim for these 2 drawings was to create a bit more realism, but it's not just about looking at an object or a thing and copying it, it's about the feeling.
It means paying attention, adapting. It's more emotional accuracy. How does the drawing make you feel?
I want you to look
And remember a time, perhaps when you stood next to or stood under a bush or a tree that was in full bloom. How did you feel? Maybe you didn't even realize how deeply it moved you. When I was a child, there was a house on the corner, and every spring the bushes would burst into a symphony of colour. It was one of my favourite times of year. I realise now it was all about the feeling, the intensity.
I'm gaining a semblance of these feelings by redrawing these blossoms.
The first drawing taught me just how much I need to create something realistic, create something that gave a certain emotion. The second showed me just how much I could push that emotion. Conceptually, it's the same blossom, but not the same mood, not the same moment. It's different.
Technically, when working on the background, I use a small silicone blender to get into those small spaces. It's also great for blending out those blurry circles in my background. Now that I've got the main areas blocked in, it's really a matter of using my pastel pencils to put in all those fine details that make the drawing really come to life. I must admit I'm really liking the colours, the colour scheme, and how there's a real play with light. I'll be definitely using this technique and these colours in future drawings. Many times the beauty is in the small details, and putting in the stamens of the blossoms really helps to bring the whole drawing together.
Cherry blossoms only bloom for a few days, but drawing them lets me hold on to the feeling a little bit longer. And by drawing them more than once, I get to understand them more deeply and understand myself too.
For me, this drawing is really capturing the feeling of being encircled by cherry blossoms. It's the feeling you get in springtime when you stand under a tree full of beautiful blossoms.
Go ahead and try it. Find a subject that you'd like to explore and draw it more than once, more than twice in fact, and just see what different feelings you can achieve from each iteration.
Remember, creating a subject over and over again isn't about just repeating it. It's about really getting to know it. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Please remember to like and subscribe. Wishing you so much love and happy creating. Peace.